Well, hello there, Apple Bites. This is your Apple Bite Written Writ Ralph talking to you straight from our show here, the Written Writ, a show where you and you get creative, have fun, and geek out. And of course, we got the not ready for prime time geeks, Paul and Ray, and we're getting ready to do some major geeking. I gotta say, Ray, we were talking in the green room, and you have been everywhere, brother.
I am trying to be like, as the late Chuck Norris would say, or his friend would say, rather, Mr. Bruce Lee, be like water. Just be flexible, fit in where you can, just everywhere.
Exactly. How are you doing that?
Um,
Because there's times I'll see you like two times in the same day.
I try to, after hours, I try to put in at least 2 hours a night. And the goal is, if I'm not on a stream, I'm doing something else prepping for the Kickstarter.
Look, Kevin's saying, Ray's on my show next
Thanks,
month.
man.
This guy is awesome.
So one thing, the most important thing in my limited experience in this game is just ask people if they're looking for guests. They always say yes.
I gotta say, you're doing something right because you got 137 followers.
Yeah, it's effort. That's the point. I guess the best way to put it, I'm new on the creative side of the comic book game, so how else am I going to get people to how am I going to get their attention? How can they even say no and pass on this if they're not even aware of its existence?
Well, so that's also good though, because you're actually seeing your hard work actually do something. Because I know sometimes we do this hard work and we don't see any kind of we don't see anything.
Yeah, it's coming to fruition. It's just all about the effort. And the other piece of encouragement is, because this is issue 3, Ray flicks on. Yeah. The whole thing about if I can snag another 11 followers before I launch, that will be the most amount of followers I've had for any issue pre or post launch. So after issue 1, the followers jumped, after it launched, the followers jumped up to 148. I've almost tied that, and I haven't even launched yet. So it's very encouraging. People must be liking the story. I'm doing my part in regards to promotion, and I'm just gonna feel very relieved to finally talk about the story in its entirety, as opposed to sitting on my hands and biting my tongue for the last
I want to tell you this much of the story.
Issue 1 and 2 are open game to talk about. So, but yeah, issue 3 is when you get all the exclamation marks in place, and it's going to be a good time.
But I have to say, you're kind of teasing issue 3 a lot, in just like look at this cover right here, and like you said last time you were here, that's not even something you've talked about really.
That's right. So I've kind of made the joke before about the old cowboy movie, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, where they're getting chased down by these bounty hunters, and the ongoing joke for a little bit in that movie is, who are those guys? Every time they get away, whether they're jumping off the cliff into the water or something else, who are those guys? Well, this is kind of an inverse of that, where they don't even know who they're chasing. Well, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? So issue 3, I've said nothing. At the end of issue 2, there's a cliffhanger where Madrakis is able to glean some information from a book that they can't actually read, but he's able to use some magic and peer into what's going on, get a little bit of a taste, and that's the cliffhanger. The only other hint is this cover. This is the main antagonist. This is the first time you've seen her. This is an elven necromancer. She is a walking contradiction, because elves are all about life in the wild and prosperity. And here she is wielding a bunch of boneheads, and you have no idea what's going on. And I really, really, really am passionate about how this plays out, how it's going to come to be. And I can't spoil it all, but hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. This is a little bit of a taste, but there's so much more that I have not revealed yet. I'm telling you, this 3rd issue is really it's got a big bang to it. We'll put it that way.
So you've said it before that you based it on the game you were playing, and I know you changed things to make the story, I guess, move a better flow
Mhm.
or easier to tell. So did something like this happen in the game itself?
Um, Within reason, yes. The biggest difference is I took out the characters that the players were playing as, and I
Hmm.
injected my own characters in. But the rest of the environment and what was going on and the severity, the urgency, and everything else actually happened. So there are some changes, but the core of it still has its beginning, middle, and end, if you will. This is 3 issues. It's a perfect what's the word? Classic beginning, middle, end of a story. All 3 issues
I'm
in
only
one
asking
night.
because this would make an interesting game, especially if you don't really, if you keep trying to figure out who the villain is, and it keeps escaping.
Yes. One of the things about short stories is there's a tough balance. I'm told I was given a compliment that the very first page of issue 1, I was able to introduce 3 of the 4 main characters in a nonchalant way that didn't feel forced. The other problem is if it's just 3 issues, or I shouldn't say problem, it's a challenge. The challenge is how do you introduce the villain? This isn't like 23 movies leading up to Thanos and me
Right.
wanting to half all of life, regardless of whether that's sound logic, you understand where he's coming from, and the story plays out and plays out and plays out, and you get it. I don't have that. So um, when you see this play out, it will make sense for a 3 issue miniseries, and I guarantee you it's going to be a good time.
Honestly, it's funny though because I'm looking at it through the player's eyes, and right away because I know as a DM, this is one of those things that you try to do where, you got the characters running around, and they think they know who the villain is, or maybe they know who the villain is, or they have this idea, or they've never even seen the villain, and they're like, where's the villain, Ralph? And I'm like, dude, the villain is doing stuff. You guys are seeing it, so.
Well, one time I made a 1 shot that played out as a 2 shot
Mhm.
unintentionally. I didn't even have a villain. I had a level of paranoia that played out beautifully. And the paranoia was, here's the premise. You have 3 political parties. There are 6 members. One of them is half of the group with 3 members. Another group has 2 members, and then there's a solo group of 1 person. I had it so they were in a ruin. They had to decide what to be done with an artifact in their city because war was on their doorstep. So, what do we do with this oncoming threat? Where would it be most beneficial
Right.
for the people for where this artifact would go? So, the king and queen are druids, literally true neutral, as druids tend to be. So they don't want to make this decision. So they leave it to these politicians to bicker and figure this out. Well, I put in 1 assassination attempt amongst all of those politicians, and the paranoia ran wild. It was amazing. So 2 assassins jump in. One of them has an insignia on a parchment that has the majority political party, the insignia of the political party that was the majority. So suddenly you've got a 3-on-3 and us versus them standoff, and then to add another layer to it, because that wasn't just crazy enough. Every politician was a warlock, and nobody knew of anybody else's abilities. So at one point, somebody summons an elemental. Another point, somebody like dispels one spell from happening. 2 people start firing eldritch blasts, and they're like, And then, if that wasn't crazy enough, each one of them, because they all had their own patrons, they all had submissions during this whole crazy catastrophe. One person was a half elf, but a vampire against her own will because of some cult doings. She was able to use a magic ring to hide her appearance. But another warlock was actually told that there is a vampire amongst the ranks and he had to slay her. and everybody had conflicts like that. So there was like everybody had their own agenda, and then everybody had a political agenda, and it was very interesting because it pulled them in different ways. And the combat lasted 4 hours in a ruin, everybody running around, beating the snot out of each other, all different type, Pact of the Blade Warlock, Fiend Warlock, like everything going all nuts. Believe it or not, by the end of the second meeting, 2 of them went to hiding because they were very low on health, and the other 4 said, if we agree on this, this fight stops and we can leave, right? Because the druids were keeping them locked in there. Okay, let's all agree on this. Okay, doors open, they all leave. Not one person died.
Wow, that's amazing.
It was a very good, and no villains, right? It was very good.
So Kevin's saying, is there a release date for the launching?
April 16th, my man. It's coming close. 3 weeks approximately. It's coming real quick. All 3 issues will be available. There are, if you go to the pre-launch right now and scroll down, you will see all of the revealed covers. There are 4 more covers to reveal. Paul and Raph were lucky enough to see one of them just before we went live here. So you will, I'll be showing that one next week, but it's coming quick, man. I've got a trailer in the works. There's so much fun to be had on this.
I can't wait to see what you do, because usually you do well with the trailer. So,
yeah, I think you like it.
Kevin's like, awesome. I'll be ready to buy all 3.
Beautiful, man. Thank you. I really appreciate that. There is a, what is it? You know what? I can't actually say that yet. Darn it. This is killing me, man.
So you had released the character sheets before, right? For
yes, they will be available in this Kickstarter as well.
Yes. I know people like to have that kind of stuff. You know, ready-made NPCs that you know about are always great.
Yes. So all 4 characters, you'll be able to play as them. It's made to complement 5th edition mechanics, so it's all level 5 characters. So all the cool things that you see in the comics, you'll be able to do that, plus a bit more because it's 5e compatible.
Right.
But yeah, it's a good time, man.
It looks like it. It looks like you're having a lot of fun with this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I gotta say, when you slid this cover into my DM a couple of days ago, I was like, damn.
Well, all these guys. That one specifically, that's Jay Sloan and Dave Kemp. These guys know what they're doing, man. One of my favorite things, much like that 2-shot with the politician warlocks. That sounds so funny when I say that out loud. But one of my favorite things is facilitating and letting people be able to express themselves. So in this cover, I said to Jay, I wanted Sarlacc with his ward around him. You see it a bit in issue 1. You will definitely see it in issue 3. I can't say anything else on that. But I wanted skeletons all around him in a almost, I wouldn't say quite claustrophobic, but I wanted it to feel like a quarterback milking that last second or 2 before he makes that perfect pass. And I wanted these skeletons, I wanted it to feel like Jason and the Argonauts, that final fight.
Right.
Or without the comedy, I wanted the Bones from Army of Darkness with Bruce Campbell. When he's fighting the skeletons in the castle, I wanted that feel, and I wanted to try and penetrate this ward, and I wanted him just hacking one of them up. Go. And there was very little correction. I think there was one armor correction, but man, this guy, in regards to anatomy, even the viewpoint, like looking down the axe, or rather up the axe to Sarlacc here.
Yeah.
These guys know what they're doing. And then on top of all of that, giving it over to Dave. And Dave, I said to Dave, I want the ward to predominantly be the only light source. And also that axe is a holy weapon, and this is undead creatures. So wherever that axe is hitting, I want it to have some type of light shining out of the wound. The rest is all him.
Love it. It sounds like you actually thought the whole thing out through the D&D eye.
One thing I really like is well, two things. First off, with covers, my favorite covers are ones that show something or give some type of foreshadowing of what you're going to do when you crack open that book.
Right.
And every issue or every cover there, it has something to do with the insides. So with the exception of the main protagonist one, drawn by Victor Medina, I was going to say Jay Sloan, drawn by Victor Medina, that just shows the group together. But everything, you will see Sarlacc in doing something similar to this, and it's going to be awesome. If you scroll up to the one of Madrakas there, if you look in his free hand, or not his free hand, but he's got a book in one of his hands there. That's right at the end of issue 2, and it does go on a bit in issue 3. Mike Mez Phillips, he drew that. I just said I want a book in his hand. He sketched it out. My only critique was what he was standing on. That was changed, but everything else is all him. Dan Kemp, who's colored pretty much all of my interiors and most of my covers. I just said, go to town, make this awesome, and he did.
I gotta say, I love that moon in the background.
Oh, and I mean, just the perspective taking. The only other thing I said to Mike is, if you're going to have a moon in the background, have it so it darkens up his front a bit, making his eyes pop a bit more, which he definitely did. Like,
I love what you did in that little animated version of this that you put out.
Yes,
his eyes are glowing.
Yeah, his eyes are flickering with lightning. And in that one, if you go back to it, if you ever look back at it again, his sword actually has an effect on it too. It's very subtle, but it's there.
I gotta say, like, I guess the eyes caught my attention more than anything else.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, that's the intention.
But this is a fantastic cover. It's beautiful. Again, it feels like it's a character in itself.
Yes, it's everything. Like I was saying before, I wanted everything to feel like a statement. I wanted everything. Wow, 139. Thank you very much. All these people following is very, very kind. I wanted everything to feel like, I wanted to look cool. Like everybody ever since the 90s, and we've talked about this before, when Image, literally in their name, Image Comics, they flex their strengths. And obviously they had a learning curve in regards to their storytelling. But those covers were statements.
Whoa.
There it is there.
I wasn't expecting the music. Oh, that's great, though.
Yeah.
I wanted to show the audience what we're talking about.
Yes. But that one there, I wanted the impression that Image did when it hit the ground running in the early 90s.
Yeah.
I wanted the covers to feel like it, but also I wanted it to feel like classic tales. And I've used this example before. I believe it's Amazing Spider-Man number 56. Thanks, man.
I agree, Kev.
Amazing Spider-Man number 56, I believe. It's 51 or 56, but basically Peter Parker gets amnesia while still wearing a Spider-Man suit. And Dr. Octopus convinces him to rob a bank with him. But on the cover, you don't know that. All you see is Spider-Man and Dr. Octopus. I think they're jumping through a wall, and one of them's holding a bag of money. And it's like, well, why are they teaming up here? I want to know what's going on. It's an excuse to get into the book. I wanted my covers to have both of those things. I wanted that statement, that art that is more of a modern expression. But at the same time, I still wanted to. I want people to buy what they're expecting. I don't want some type of, for lack of better wording, buyer's remorse or something silly like that. What you're seeing on the cover is what you're going to get yourself into.
What you're talking about, it seems to have like I'm not going to say people don't do it anymore, but I find that like more recently the covers are more of an event thing. It's like showcasing the artist that you have instead of what's going on in the story.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. If you scroll up, the next one I believe is this one here. This is Fishley. I feel I'm showcasing all of his abilities. Like he's great. I feel like I'm showcasing his abilities, but at the same time, I'm holding true to those other two values. So first and foremost, A, Fishley. B, here's Little Dunanini. I wanted him walking away from what used to be a building now on fire. Maybe incorporate the logo so it looks like wood on fire.
Yeah. I gotta
And
say, I love that smile.
I want an expression of mischief on his face. And
It's there, man.
this cover is going to be lava foil to add to that look.
Oh, I can imagine it.
but when you were saying it's kind of an event, yeah, this is Fish Lee.
Yeah.
But I'm still holding true to the statement, and I'm also holding true to what you see here. Something like this happens in the book. So yeah, if you like arson,
you're still doing it. You're still going classic comics. You're still. Here's a little teaser of what's happening in the book. It may
yeah,
not be
I'm trying to
exactly
glean
the
it.
same thing. Yeah.
I'm trying to glean the best of the different eras. I'm not saying I'm the expert or perfect at it, but I really want to make that effort of people that miss an old style. Well, they'll see it here, but it's obviously modern as well. I wanted the both, the good story, the good art, the combo, the relatability, the whole package to the best of my facilitation.
You're doing a good job with it, bro.
Yeah, if you go up again one more, you'll see Chaz go. This is done by
The glow
somebody
in the
known as
dark.
Pogs Art. Pogs Art, you can find on Facebook and Instagram. Each of those, he has over 175,000 followers. He's never done a cover for a comic before. This was colored by Dave Kemp. Everything white in that cover is going to be glow in the dark.
Cool.
So,
yeah, I already knew which cover I was getting before. We've been talking about this cover for a while. I already knew this is what I was going to get. So
it's Pogs, he sent me two different layouts. I picked this one. The significance of this, because it's just Chazgo. Yeah, I know he's in the book. Chazgo, especially in the first issue, but also in the second, he's a very careful individual. His species of elf is vilified. They're killed on sight. He hides who he is, with the exception of the three other main characters. Nobody knows that he's this blue-skinned elf, this Arger. So in what I wanted in this glow-in-the-dark cover is I wanted it to look like he's not hiding, and it's just shown with body language. The very stern look on his face. He doesn't look worried, or he doesn't look like he's trying to hide. He looks like, okay, well, we got to wrap up this story.
Time to get down to business.
We got to get some stuff done. But yeah, Pogs Art and Dave, the two of them combined, it's just a beautiful work of art. It's magic.
It's breathtaking. It stands out.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, wow. And that was even before I knew it was going to be glow in the dark.
Yes, it's going to be something. Phil, my shout out to Phil Publishing, my publisher. He says the glow in the dark fella that he uses, it's potent enough that it acts like a light source when you shut the lights off.
Yes, it is, because I have the tragedy issue that's glow in the dark, and
yeah,
I used to have it in the background, but it's distracting. Because as soon as you turn off the light, it's a light source in itself.
Like you can hold your hand up to it and it illuminates your hand.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool, man. So I'm very excited to see what that looks like.
Oh, I can't wait to see it. And I'm waiting for you to get the sample so you can go, Ralph, look at this.
Yes, and if you scroll up again, talking about debuting artists. I've had him once before. This is Harv Salterras. We've already talked a little bit about this cover already. Harv Salterras, he did volume 2 of Ghost Rider, so the Dan Ketch era, that first year of that run. All of the interiors and I believe every cover is also by Harv. I have to hop off, get back to my books. I'm looking up. Keep them. Thanks. Really appreciate it. Looking forward to being on your show, man. Thank you.
Kevin's a great guy.
Yeah, really appreciate it. But Harv Salterras, this is the second time I've had him make a cover for me. The first one was in issue 1 of Sarlacc, holding the beheaded monster, colored by Dan Kemp. I really wanted this to feel like something kind of creepy. And these skeletons, I mean, definitely looks a little Ghost Rider-esque. You can really see his style, Harv's style in this.
I gotta say, as a DM, I can feel this moment.
Yes. Harv and Dan, this is the second time they've collaborated. Both times they've collaborated with me. And these are guys that have been on the scene since the 80s and 90s. And I'm very proud that I was able to get that opportunity for them. I don't want to sound pious or arrogant, like I gave them the opportunity. I don't want to sound like that. I'm just happy that I heard somebody say this once in this way. I'm glad I got these two souls to cross paths like this, because their talent combined, they really complement each other, just like the rest of the covers as well. And then, of course, the last one up at the top. So that's the main antagonist cover there. The main protagonist cover, this is done by Victor Medina. He's my interior artist. This cover here was drawn as a warm-up sketch to do the interiors of issue.
I still can't believe that. Every time you come on, you say it, and I'm like, no.
I said, I'm insisting in buying this off you, and I want it to be the main cover for issue 3. And he was flattered, and a couple of color corrections later, here we are. He's very, I'm very proud of this, and obviously all the other covers. I couldn't even tell you what a favorite is. It's like comparing apples and oranges. It's been a little bit of a long day.
I gotta say, it's a great main cover, because I feel like sometimes the people who are taking care of their books kind of forget that the main cover should be something, it's a main cover. It should be a main cover.
Yes. So main, especially because this is the first time I've introduced these characters in this series. So the main covers for each issue is all of them, and that was the reason I did that. Just because what you said, if I was on issue 342 of the Madcaps, let's say that was a thing right now. Well, it's understandable. I wouldn't need all 4 of them on the cover the whole time. Maybe I could just have one interacting with a villain or something like that. But this mini series, I just want to be statement, enjoy, and Victor did everything in that. I have to yawn. Oh, I'm so sorry.
We know you've been busy.
But right from the beginning to the colors, it's all him. He did a great job, and I'm really proud of all these guys, man. The other shout out, usually an unsung hero. I've been told that for such an individual to perform their services at an adequate level, you should never notice what they've done, and that is the letterer. You always notice bad lettering. You don't always necessarily notice the good lettering because it blends in with what's going on with the panels
seamlessly.
Micah Myers, he's lettered issues 1 and 2. He's lettering this one, and big shout out to all of these guys, from pencils and inks to colors to letters to publisher, fulfillment, shipping, etc. It's going to be a good time, man.
It's a team.
Yeah, it's a really cool little dynamic to get this done. So awesome.
It looks totally awesome, Roy. Can't wait for it. Should be really good.
Thank you kindly.
Yep.
We've been looking forward to this. I'm surprised you haven't done a tier with some dice in it.
You know what? Dice, it's a different animal.
It is
considered.
We have friends that have done it, and I've heard stories.
Yeah, it's don't get me wrong. I'm an amateur dice goblin, like many other people. I have my share of dice, but my main focus, we'll have some of the add-ons from the other. Man, do you think I can English? Let's find out. We're going to have add-ons from the other campaigns for the other issues.
Right.
I've got 4 more covers to show. I think I told you guys that already. Yep. I can't say anything about that. We've got the map. We're going to have T-shirts and we call them parchments, but they're actually just blankets. But cover art is going to be on these things. We got some really cool stuff.
And those blankets are great because I saw one when I was hanging out with Phil. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right on, man. You know what? Hold on.
I was like, this is soft. This is nice.
Yes. Hold on. There we go. This is one right here. Look at him, full screen, man. Let's see. There we go.
The quality on it is what bugged me out, because usually when people do these things, they're like rinky dink.
Yeah, this one, I don't even know if I can. I'm sitting on a couch now. You can tell. You can't even see the whole thing. This is the stained glass issue of Sarlacc. The cover on issue 2.
That was a good choice.
Yeah. My kids, they this mini series I'd say is like 13 plus. So my kids are a bit younger than that. So they see some of the art and stuff, and they ask lots of questions. So I got that blanket.
That's around that time where you start asking questions about this stuff. People, it's always funny to me because I saw a lot of this stuff way before my time. So
Yeah.
it was a different time back then, but at the same time, it's not like we were diving into it. It's like you saw it, it was out there.
Yeah, it was just there. It was just part of reality. Like I remember, because I was born in '84, so by the time the '80s was ending, I remember seeing 1989 Batman in theater.
Yeah.
My parents let me watch that, and I look again, and it's like the Joker saying, "This city needs an enema." Like maybe a 5-year-old. My kids would just repeat that in school.
But it was a different time, though.
Yes.
Even though the movie's kind of like adult, at the same time, it was something you can watch as a kid.
Yeah, well, one thing I watched religiously, every time we went to a video rental store, I always asked for this. And this is in the 80s, so the oldest I could have been was 5. Oldest. I would walk up to the guy running the place and be like, "Do you have Big Trouble in Little China?"
Oh, yeah.
And man,
I saw that as a kid, yeah.
When I was a kid, I don't know why I didn't repeat these words, but I'm watching like Jack Burton when the van gets away with the captured individual, and he's like, "SOB must pay," or something like that. It's such a good movie for what it is. It's so good.
I don't know. I feel like we've gotten to the point now where people get nervous right away when something happens in a movie. And I kind of understand that you weren't supposed to be watching half the stuff that we watched, but at the same time,
I think what needs to happen is a couple of things. The first one, most importantly, is people have to do their research before taking their kids to a movie. The best example of this is the idiot parents that did not do their homework, looked at just the movie poster in, I think, 2004, 2003, and took their children to watch Team America World Police. Oh, marionettes.
Oh, I remember this.
What a bunch of idiots. What a bunch of... You got to do your research before you go to movie. Nowadays, there's no excuse. The internet, you can find all the spoilers. You can go to Internet Movie Database, imdb.com. There's a parental guide. It will talk. More importantly, we're all going to have different filters and tolerance levels for children. The parental guide in that, it'll tell you exactly what it is. So it's up to you to decipher, you know what, that's fine with my kids. Or, you know what, I'm glad I found that. We're not watching that.
But that's always been the case, I'm saying a lot of what we watched when we were kids, but at the same time, our parents knew what we could watch. Sometimes we would make mistakes, but that's parenting. I should have never watched what the hell movie was it? Scarred the hell out of me. The Exorcist. When I did.
You know what? I haven't seen that one yet. So it's on my list. There's some I haven't seen. There's
I saw that shit as a kid, and
it's scary shit.
Yeah,
nightmares for like the rest of your life.
Yeah.
From what I've read, my father he told me he doesn't watch horror movies much, but him and his friends went and watched when it was new in theater, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He said at one point I almost walked out. He says, I watched some people walk out. I almost did it. I didn't, but it was up there in scary stuff.
Well, that movie was intense.
I did that with Jeff Goldblum's The Fly.
Yeah.
It was so bad. I mean, it's one thing to have gore, but like disgusting gore for no reason. I don't want to have like popcorn throw up on me. It's not.
I think what makes it worse is that I saw The Fly as a kid, the original Fly.
Oh,
and then when you saw the Jeff Goldblum Fly, when you saw the Jeff Goldblum Fly, you were like, "What the fuck?"
I think I'm going to throw up on my food before I swallow it.
And it's so funny because if you guys are Jeff Goldblum fans, you should watch The Fly because it's Jeff like you've never seen him before.
Mr. Goldblum. Oh man, but yeah,
they always expect the quirky Goldblum.
I'll put it to you this way: I never seen an audience leave so fast after a movie was done. I mean, usually people stick around for the credits. Yep. I mean, as soon as it said the end, theater was clear.
Well, I'm just going. I just looked up on the Parents Guide on IMDb.com for Team America World Police. Like, imagine if IMDb was as relevant as it is now, and anybody could just bust out their smartphone and access this data. There's no excuse. But like, I'll give you a good example. My parents heard that Terminator 2, when it was in theater at the time, was a brilliant film. And I mean, history is played out, and most people would agree with that statement.
Yeah,
but my parents,
fantastic. Yeah.
My parents took me and my brother to it, and I would have been like 7. My brother had like 5 years of age on me. Well, it was in the summer, so 4 years. Mm-hmm. So he's like 11. We're not even teenagers. And my mom asks the person that we're buying the tickets from, is there anything that my kid shouldn't be seeing on this? And well, the guy says, well, there's the obvious, there's violence and gore. The gore isn't too bad, but there's lots of shooting and stabbing through the head, blah, 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 blah. But then he whispers something to her, and she says, okay, I'll look out for that. And the concern was over me, not so much my brother. But at one point, my dad asked me to hide my face in his jacket, which I did. I could still hear everything muffled, but I could hear it. And then after, I didn't watch that movie again until I was 14. My now best man, he loved that movie. He had that movie as a VHS. He had it rewound to the point where he kicks the desk through the glass and then unloads the minigun to scare the cops away. Yeah. So if you walked into his house and hit play, it would show that scene right away.
Wow.
But anyways, the second time I ever watched that movie was at his house. I said, you know what? I've never seen this scene. Now, some background information. Rewinding to the first time I saw it, huge impression on me. Like I really, really felt the intensity of, is there hope? I don't even know. Am I hoping for hope, or is there hope here?
Yeah.
And when the T-800 gets that bar through his back and the power circuit shut off, I'm 7, 8, and my reading capability, I mean, it's not adult proficient. I can read, but when it showed through his eyes, when it boots back up, and then I could tell, oh, there's new circuits for power. I could see what they were showing. They didn't have to write it out per se.
Right.
And then when he picked up the gun and it shows him analyzing it, even though the words go by relatively quicker than what I could process for that age, I'm like, oh, there's a chance. Okay. And I really loved how that played out. So anyways, after that movie the first time, I'm sorry I'm saying this kind of shuffled in chronological order, but anyways, when that movie was finished, and I thought, wow, that was really cool, left an impression on me. I never saw the first one, so I didn't have context, rather. But
technically speaking, the first movie is a whole different animal.
Yes, that's true. But after the movie, we're all sitting in the car going to go home. This was like 2 p.m. or something like that. My brother asked about the scene that my dad hid my face from. And my dad said, that's what happens in a real war. And it was the Sarah Connor dream. Mm. And my brother, I'll never forget this, he starts crying right away because he had no context. He's never seen anything like that before. Right. Somebody getting thrown to pieces by fire and force. And then when I saw it, when I was 14 and I finally saw that scene, I'm like, wow, that's intense, man. I'm glad my parents hid my face for at least that. Maybe they shouldn't have taken me that movie, but they were smart enough to be like, yeah, you don't want to see this scene.
It's funny that you say that because I remember the day after the miniseries, and that was intense, and it was on television. and, and you sit there going, But again, I feel like the whole era was different. Everything was different, you know.
But my point is, my parents were smart enough to ask, "Can my kids watch this?" Now
So
there's no excuse. I go back to the Team America joke. Like there was no excuse then. There's definitely no excuse now. My parents were smart enough, pretty much 35 years ago. There's no excuse, you know.
It's so funny because, you know, and you're right, you know, if you have good parents, you have good parents. And it kind of reminds me of being in gaming stores as a teenager.
Yeah.
And these parents would come in with these little brats, because that's what they were. And the brat would be like all over the store, and then they come to with the parent, and they'll get something horrible game, and the freaking person, the vendor will be like, dude, you know this is not for kids, and they're like, whatever, shut up, you know, we want to, you know, and they would buy it for them anyway. And these are the same parents who would get upset when they found out later on what their kids were actually watching and playing. And I'm like, dude, you were warned ahead of time. You know, I don't want to hear this that nobody was warned, because I was in those gaming stores, because we spent a lot of time in those gaming stores. And those guys did their jobs. They warned these parents as these, you know, dude, this guy's maybe a little young for this. You know?
Yeah, there's nowadays, you're going to do what you do, but I can't imagine setting a child up for tears as they see Goro rip Liu Kang's spine out. I died again. You just, it's those Team America parents, man. That's the phrase.
That was one of the games too. It's like the parent came in, we're looking for that game, the fighting game, Mortal Kombat. You know, who's this for? That's for my 8-year-old. I'm like, I don't think your 8-year-old should get. Look, I'm paying for them. I'm paying the money. Just give me the game. I'm like, I don't know.
Oh, so good. So good. So many delicious tears, so little time.
But it all comes. It's so funny, and it's a topic we cover here a couple of times. It's that concept of that parents don't want to really parent their kids. They want somebody else to parent their kids, and they only want to get upset when the person parenting their kid doesn't parent their kid right.
It's a really tough dynamic, because in my opinion, at least half of that style of parenting, the individuals don't understand they're not parenting. It's very frustrating because it's the majority of it is not malicious. Don't get me wrong. There's parents like, I don't want to see my kids be babysat over here and stuff. That definitely exists. But I think a good chunk of it, people just, there seems to be a lack of inherited parental
responsibility.
Learned behaviors. Like, this is what you do with your kids. We have smaller households now, right?
You know, you look at some cultures and the way they parent their kids, and they're doing something that I would never consider doing, but because of their culture, they're doing it, you know? So, I mean, everyone, you know, you kind of parent your kids the way your parents parented you, and it's kind of like a vicious cycle in a way, and it's tough to break that cycle sometimes, you know? So,
yeah. And to add to that point, many families don't have a lot of kids now. Maybe it's one kid, where if you had a family of 8 kids, that oldest child is watching those parents raise those younger ones. So there's a lot of learned passive things that you just internalize. I have to do this with them at this time. I have to do that. There's no instruction manual for that first baby. That's why the firstborn is always kind of a little annoyed, where the thirdborn's getting to do this at this age. I wasn't able to do that until I was double their age and stuff like that, because the parents learn as well, right? But now it's just one kid.
You know, it was just 2 of us, and I had the responsibility of raising my brother. You know, and I'm like, dude, I'm a kid here, you know, because they would come right after me as soon as he did something wrong, and I'm like, he did something wrong. Go talk to him. You're responsible.
No, you're the responsible one. He's
there. You go.
For guidance, you know, you got to set the example. Blame me.
I was the baby, so I got away with it all.
Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah, I mean, that's it. You know, the younger ones get away with murder. The older ones like gotta take the brunt for everybody else. It's like it's so funny. And one of those stories, like the parent is like, first baby, it's like they're doting over them, like wiping their mouth with like, napkins and everything, make sure they're clean, wiping the hands with the antibacterial. And the second baby's like, I'll let him eat dirt. He's okay.
Yeah, that's right. That was me. I was the dirt baby. Oh yeah,
He'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
that's
That's
right.
what usually happens though, because most parents are paranoid with the first kid, and then after the second kid, they're like, eh.
Well,
After the second kid, every other kid after that, whatever.
they get the experience. They realize, okay, well, certain things we can let go, and the parents are learning too, right?
Yeah. Oh, you gotta love it, folks. I gotta say though, I watched my parents, and they did whatever they did. They did the best they could, but I decided I wasn't gonna parent like them. So
Well, that's the one blessing that we get generationally. There's trade-offs, of course, but well, this worked. I'm going to use it. You know what? This didn't. I'm going to try something in place of it. I'm going to try an alternative. I know it's not as cut and dry as that, but it is one benefit to learning from the generations.
I think the only thing that bothered me with my parents was the fact that you're trying your best as a kid, and I understand if you're slacking off, you're doing whatever, but you're trying your best, and then they're like, it's not good enough. That kind of like destroys you.
Yeah, especially if they're that your world, right?
Yeah.
I need your approval. Well, I did the thing. What? It's not gonna. Oh, well, this doesn't feel nice,
So that taught me
understandable.
that as long as my kids trying their best, and I know that because you can tell when your kids trying their best. It's seeable. If they're slacking off, you can see it. If they're working really hard and they're still having trouble, you can see it.
An interesting thing I've learned recently, that most individuals that are raised, they got it. They got it all the time. There's the weird hybrid there, like you're pointing out there. There's the kids that are always told they got it. If they're ever at a challenge that becomes difficult, they walk away from it because they didn't get it.
Yeah.
But there's also that weird little gray area where, you know what, you got everything except that one little bit. You know what, you just missed that one thing. And you could have a parent that could completely deflate a child with that. But if you do it right, statistically speaking, if you do it right and they're motivated, they tend to be far more resilient later in life. And if there is a struggle, they're more inclined to stick with it and figure it out. I mean, there's no, every kid's different, every parent's different. So there's no like cut and dry answer.
There is no manual, folks. As much as people want to give you a manual, or they tell you there's a manual, or if you do it for all these people, there's no manual. Every kid is different. Every parent's different. Things that work for one person don't work for another person.
True.
At least to my experience. And I saw enough friends suffer through what you're talking about, where they were good, and then the parent like would deflate them, and then they didn't want to try anymore. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
It's like learn. Oh man. So Paul, why don't you tell the people all the good stuff that you've been up to, because you're another one who's working their butt off.
Yeah, it's just episode 1 was launched last year, and I was making a prerogative to try and get episode 2 done as quickly as possible. And I had a few hiccups along the way, like developing an education program for schools. Considering doing a tabletop role-playing game now, doing a comic book. So these little hiccups going. It's like, okay, episode 2 is like deadline's moving out. So it's going well though. And all this stuff that I'm doing is going into the game. It's just, I'm starting to parlay and develop my own publishing company at this point. So it's like, I'm pretty excited. We're working on a comic book as we speak. I'm trying to get that ready for Garden State Comic Fest. It's coming up in June. I'm really hoping to have that available for sale, which would be great. And of course, we went to Long Island Tabletop now. Was it 2 weeks ago? Almost 3 weeks ago now, Ralph? And
I don't know anymore. I
I
guess
know
it
it's
was,
such a
I guess it
blur.
was
I
just
mean,
this
and then I
weekend.
figured, well, I could do a tabletop game. Why not? I got all the pieces for it. I just got to put together. So it's just like, how difficult can it be to build a game engine? I found out not that hard. So, I developed this game. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's like based on Trivia Pursuit as well as a role playing aspect like Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm intentionally making it so it sets up really quick because I've wasted so much money on dice and paraphernalia, and by the time I try to get a game set up for my kids and playing, it's like an hour wasted and they're like walking away from the table. So the game I've got going is like you learn in 5 minutes, so you can play it in 2 and just have a blast. So it's really meant to be a lot of fun, really quick, and you learn some history as you go along. So it's really meant to be, from that standpoint, a good experience. But it's also incorporating what I call role play. So a lot like Dungeons and Dragons, where you have to use your imagination. You got to use your imagination for some parts of this game and figure out how to address a situation that pops up. And it's just not read a card, guess an answer type thing. So I'm pretty excited about that. It's really delving into different aspects. But that being said, I get the comic book, get the role playing game, and then I'm working on the computer programming after I get the comic book done, so I can get up to finished, because I'm really excited about that. That is going to be a really good arcade game. I based it off Galaga, so you fly Amelia
Nice.
plane, over Kansas, over the transdimensional realm. You blow up the enemies and really have a good time. But it's also got a role playing aspect too, as well, because I have 4 characters now who are going to be featured in the game. So it's going to be Amelia Earhart. It's going to be Togo, the dog who ran the Serum Run in 1925 in Alaska. It's going to be a character we created for the game based on film noir characters from the 1940s, like C.M. Spade and Philip Marlowe. His name is Nico Time. And then the 4th character is a character I made up. I really wanted to feature a woman that is not really based on any time period, but really has made her own way. Her name's Maisie Smith, and she's a mechanic for Amelia, but she actually went to MIT and then graduate school at Caltech, where she learned a doctorate in temporal dynamics. So she's like creating warp speed engines and all this kind of stuff. So it's really cool. And, trying to bring in that, if you can think it, you can do it, and try and inspire kids that, you really can be exemplary if you just put your mind to it and do something you love. So it's that's really the whole premise, and I'm hoping that with episode 2 we'll have like little 4 characters rolling around, kind of like your cover, Ray, where you have the Nintendo game. I'm losing my mind now, but Final Fantasy, and it'd be that kind of experience there where you're going to be playing along and you can actually play either any of the characters and do a dungeon crawl through the Chronolus Fortress, which will be fun. So,
Oh, that sounds good.
yeah. So
now you're talking.
My aspirations, little time, but I'm getting there. So
now you're talking my language.
Good,
nice little dungeon crawl.
Yeah. So yeah, I've got the cliffhanger already hammered out, so I'm excited about that. To jump into episode 3, so I got the pathway set. It's just a matter of walking it and just getting it all done. So, really good time.
Yeah, you've been busy, man. And I feel like he keeps adding stuff to it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to. Well, I'm people really say I'm cutting corners, but I'm doing it by myself, and I don't have a letterer, I don't have a colorer. I'm doing it on myself.
You're definitely not cutting corners.
Yeah, it's just anyway. I want to put out a good product, but I really wish I had the talent, to go along with it. Aside from me, I mean, I love featuring other artists on my channel, and I'm looking to hopefully do a Kickstarter for the tabletop game, and that way I can kind of bundle in stretch goals for the comic book and feature, variant covers from different artists, which would be pretty cool. So I can have that as an award tier as people contribute to the Kickstarter and get bonuses on top of that. And I've got all the freaking swag to begin with too, t-shirts, and we just are working on a new Game of Tunes figure with Russ.
Yeah.
Over at developing another fidget for us, so it looks really cool. It's the first fidget was the Inquisitor, so that looked really good. It was a lot of fun, but now he's going to be working on Chronolith for me, so I got the bad guys covered pretty well. So looking forward to that. So like I said, it's going to be fun, and I got plenty of swag to throw on. There it is. That's a Inquisitor fidget. It's really, really cool. You can actually connect to our Instagram site through an RFD chip in there. So
That's one of the things I love about this, and Russ, and when he makes these things, and he makes, if you guys are looking for something for your campaign or for yourself, these are great because they're fidget toys, and it's almost like a calling card as well. So it's swag you sell, and it actually he puts it so that it leads back to you.
Yeah,
so if you put it right on the phone.
Are you not listening to me? What's the problem? Am I not speaking English here? What's going on?
It's fantastic.
You go to the RFD chat and you go to the site that you.
Yep. Mm-hmm. You got it.
Yeah, that's it. Slap.
I'm just touting Russ.
I know you are. It's good. Russ is great. I mean, he's a great artist. He's done a lot of work with Long Island Tabletop and what he does to promote that event. So, really good guy. So,
yeah, folks, if you're looking for something, go check Russ out.
Yeah.
And that's not even all our friends, because the Shadow Man himself. Let's see, is it here? Is it farther up
on there? I don't know if you shadowed on my page or not. I thought I had done Kaizen.
Yeah, maybe it's on his page.
It's on his page, I think.
The Shadow Man.
But yeah, this show's notorious for me spending money, so I just supporting Kickstarters, and then Shadow Rabbit and Russ at Game of Tunes, and then Whamstand is just like, it's crazy. There it is. That's Nico Time right there.
Oh, there it goes. This is Nick.
Yep, he did Nico Time, which is really cool.
And that's Frank DiStefano's guy too.
Yep.
I love Nick.
No, Shadow's a great guy. He really is creative, and loves pouring his heart into his work, which is really a lot of fun.
And it's so funny. You see the people putting their little memes here, like, here, take my money.
Shut up and take my money.
Scroll down, see if Kaizen's there, because that was amazing. You gotta go further down.
I think is it further down? Is it further up? Is it?
Yeah, he did. It's right there.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. Yeah, the way he worked the cape was really incredible. It looks like
that skirt, that kilt is just amazing.
Yeah. Does this guy does Kaizen is he always like improving himself?
You got it, Ray. Thank you very much. You're picking up on my nefarious, subliminal messaging here.
All right.
Yeah, that's all my characters have some sort of background. So, I mean, he actually has a brother in a comic book, Teshuo, and Teshuo's name means obedient and dog-headedness or whatever. But basically, he's very strict in his thinking, and they're brothers. So it's a storyline, and I'm working on the comic that's going to be revealed. So I'm pretty excited about that too.
Right on, man.
Yeah, it should be fun. Trying to add depth of measure to what I'm doing, besides just, a time travel game. So
I gotta say, I love the fact that you're diving into the lore.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a whole thing with Axiom News Network. They're actually an intergalactic TV show that is actually dishing the Galactic Space-Time Consortium. So interesting. It's bringing up the whole point of yellow journalism and, bias in the news. So I'm trying to even touch on that. So it's kind of fun.
Yeah, which we've talked about it a bunch of times. History is all that stuff, and I always feel like people are trying to like pigeonhole history into something else, because it covers so many things.
Well, I was just watching. What were we watching? Oh, did you see The Chef with Jon Favreau? Have you guys seen that movie? You have to watch it. It's really good. It's on Netflix. It's a great movie. Basically, this guy is a chef and he works in Los Angeles and goes through a whole change of life type thing. But the whole thing, you look at the way he cooks the food, and like food is as much as part of our culture than anything else. And
definitely.
Just having that as a background is incredible. There's so many ways food influences cultures. You just look at the tea ceremony for Japan and how much reverence they put into that. It's incredible. It's really cool delving in all this stuff, which is what I love. I just keep researching more and more, and people come up to me with suggestions for characters, which is even better because that gives me more material to work with, which is really a lot of fun.
And again, like I was saying, history is everything: food history, music history, history. So you can dive.
Yeah, someone was chiding me for putting a kaiju in my book. I said, why? I mean, film history with
Yeah.
Japanese films going back to the 50s and the whole Godzilla, Mega Godzilla, King Kong, and Mothra. That's all part of our culture, and it's, there's a history there. And if you're going to discount it, then that's your loss, because there's a lot of great content there. Serves for imagination, shows how technology developed. People laugh at it because there's a guy in a rubber suit running around, kicking around model buildings, but that's how things started until you get to like the 90s and 2000s, with Matthew Broderick and Godzilla, and everything's CGI. But that never would have come to pass if it wasn't for those guys in the rubber suit kicking little buildings around.
I don't know any Godzilla movies with Matthew Broderick.
Not
at all. There's no. I'm quite positive that there's no such movie of Godzilla.
I see what you're doing. One of the funniest things about that movie is you got these characters that are supposed to be like Siskel and Ebert, because they were sticking it to them in the movie. Somebody's out there going, "Who the hell's Siskel and Ebert?"
I know. Tell me about it. Now we're really dating ourselves.
Oh my god, I can't believe they've been gone that long.
I know. It's really, those guys are great. I liked watching their show. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, they were fun. They would get into arguments.
Oh, they're intentionally getting arguments. You can tell. It's like, okay, what's how you can take today?
Yeah.
Let's get into an argument about it. Even though we both love the movie.
Oh yeah, they'll argue even if they both like the movie.
I didn't mind the attempted continuation with Ebert and Roper, but it was pretty much done.
No, it's not the same.
Wasn't quite the same.
No, it wasn't.
But that's how it is. The dynamic kind of changes, and the people are trying to recapture it, but it's just not working.
Yeah. The game's available on the app stores right now for $2.
Yep.
So it's really, it's funny, when I started this whole thing, I started making a digital edition only because of the time, but then because I have to create animations for this second episode, that's why I jumped into the comic book. So I'm really excited about the comic book. I've got about maybe 10 pages left to do, and it'll be ready to go. So once if I can get this done by the end of May, I should have it printed in time for the show by the end of June. So it should be good. See how it goes.
I'm guessing pal Lavina is not going to make it today, but I will show off because he's going to be at C2E2. Go check him out. He has fantastic books. His books are really different. If you're looking for a good independent book that is pretty different, this is the stuff you should go look at. He has a wrestling book. He has Lockjaw and the Pistolero. Dude, I just love his books because they're so fantastic, and he covers a lot of things. See, the Pistolero. What is it? Van Helsing? Yeah, Van Helsing. He has a D&D book, which I love. There you go. The Last Paletero on the Block.
Oh boy.
Miracle.
Oh my god. And he's usually doing some great collabs with people, and these books look amazing. Avina does a lot of great work. If you guys are going to be at C2E2, I think it's this weekend, go say hi and go check him out. He'll definitely be on the show when we can get him to come back. Oh, there it is. Familiar Dungeons, I should say. It's the D&D book. He's even drinking a modelo.
Oh, can you do that on Instagram? That looks illegal to me. Must be
Ryan does not worry about new marketing videos. Yeah, Familiar Dungeons is fantastic, dude, and he's also a big supporter of Wham Stand, which we are here as well. Wham Stand is fantastic. He's always showcasing all the beautiful stuff that him and Wham Stand are collaborating on, because they're constantly doing things there. Folks, yeah, check all that stuff out. I gotta say, this guy does amazing work. Go check out. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stick the Instagram into the comment section so you guys can go check out all the beautiful stuff that he has himself. And if you guys are wondering what Wham Stand is, give me a second. Because of course, the computer is not working with me.
Client testimonial. I love my WAM stands. They're really cool.
Oh, WAM stand is amazing. If you guys are looking for a way to boost up your tables, to showcase all the stuff that you do, you should check out WAM stand, because especially if you're working cons. Oh, let's see, WAM stand. There. That is not what I'm looking for.
Yeah, it says right there at the bottom. Boom.
What's this? Okay. I don't think I've seen the claims before. See, this one's less.
Oh, really? No.
Interesting. But yeah, you can kind of see what some stuff here. He does the necklaces as well.
I wonder if he had a problem with his page, Rafael. So
it's possible. These days, everybody's always taking a page from somewhere. There it goes. The WAM Lab HQ. Dude, I love the whole logo thing. He can do your logo, so he can set it up on these beautiful things. Dude, it's just amazing. He does fantastic works, folks. Just the fact that you can get your logo out there.
No, I mean, whatever color you need, and I thought for sure he's going to have a problem with my logo because it was kind of complex, but it looked great. So really cool.
Yeah, he really works it.
I should feature it on my Instagram page. That way I can pass it over to his site as well. So.
I agree. I know I do it. Oh, look at this. The shameless plug. Let's do a shameless plug of the shameless plug. Yeah, of course, our pal George has his WAM stands. We had fun with them at New York Comic Con when we were showing off all the people that were there with WAM stands. And I like the fact that he's constantly doing something new. So he's changing things up. He's always working it.
I like that bin. That's kind of cool.
See,
we have more than like one copy there.
Yeah. Here's the stands. He does all this stuff himself. Hey, fine, don't show it. Here it is, the spinner rack.
Oh, nice. That's really cool.
Yeah, this on a table really helps you out, because most of the times when you're doing the cons, your books are lying on the table. This actually puts the book up, puts your logo on the stand itself, and then you can show off your book, and it catches the eye from across the room.
And you can play with it when you're bored, which is good.
I agree. I completely agree, folks.
You can spin your books around.
WAM stand, get yours today. Ray, one more time, tell the people where they can find you, because you're running out of time. Oh, they're running out of time to get you now.
Well, I'm just looking up WAM Lab here. Well, anybody that is anybody looking for me, the most important thing you can do is follow this pre-launch. This pre-launch is going to let you know, and it's going to remind you on April 16th when we go live. But if you're looking for me on socials and you want to see some updates before that time, you can find me on Facebook as DM Ray. There's also a Facebook page for the Madcaps. You can also find me on Instagram as @RaymondTheDM. Those are my main socials right now. But most importantly, if you're listening right now, and I've said this a million times now, if you have friends that you don't get to see as much as you used to for responsibility, job, wife, kids, me, I moved across country. If any of that resonates with you, even if it's something like you're seeing a friend for 5 minutes in a gas station parking lot as they're passing through the city, and your inner child is recharged from that. You didn't even realize until it happened. Man, I really needed that. This book is an homage to that caliber of camaraderie. It's told with the theme of fantasy through the medium of a comic book. And if anything I've just said resonates with you in any way, click on a follow. I guarantee you it's going to be a good time. Stay tuned. And I look forward to finally giving this cool story the big exclamation point that's about to happen.
Hell, even if it doesn't resonate with you, click on the follow because the second issue were great. So
Oh,
Thanks, man.
definitely.
Appreciate it.
you don't
Yeah,
have to worry
folks,
about any kind of
we've already
resonate.
read it for you, so we can tell you that it's great, so you can go get it. So go get it.
Awesome. Really appreciate it, man.
Yes. Ray's a great guy. He does reviews of other people's books as well. You should check that out on his site as well.
I actually have a couple of celebrities that I've done some reviews for now.
Nice.
Doug Markida of Forged in Fire. He's the guy that says your blade will kill. He had a book come out called Lineage, which is about two brothers wound up with a Filipino cult, and the narrator of the story is a blade. It is pretty wild. I've got a review for that out now. I will be, in the not too distant future, be releasing a review for Matthew Scholefield's Steamroller Man. Matthew Schofield, if you recognize that name, you probably watched a lot of The Simpsons. You'll see him on the credits. He's one of the editors. So if you stay tuned, follow me on Facebook, and you'll see all these cool reviews as they come out. I'm just about to work on Papa issue 1. That's going to be review number 48. So it's a good time. I'm enjoying reviews.
Papa, great book, folks. Go check it out. He needs some follows. Go to his page and get him some follows. He's trying to get to 100. He's really close, actually.
Yes.
Come on, let's get him to 100. Now? I can find out for you right now. You guys talk, and I'll go get it.
He's at.
Oh, you can tell me. Good.
Yeah.
I don't have to look for it.
He's at 87 followers right now.
87?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
He's like right there, folks. Come on. You know what, Paul? Can you give me the link and I'll put it up here so people can go check it out?
Now you're asking me double duty. Give me 1 second.
I'm immature, and you said duty.
Duty.
You go. Put in the private chat, Rafael.
There we go. I pressed the link and I've shared it with you guys. Go help Papa out. It's a fantastic book. The ending of the first book alone, you guys should go check it out.
Yeah, it's I've read the script for all 5 issues. I've done a review for all 5 very vaguely. This next issue I do will dive deeper into issue number 1, and there's a big setup for this. My best description of this movie is Gran Torino meets Nobody. That is
okay.
The real dynamic of no matter what age you are, you can do something for your family.
Yeah.
And when you have an old man that's tied up between an assassination attempt and the mafia, sometimes it's shocking what a guy can do for his family. And this has been an excellent twist.
Book.
Yeah, it's family. This book is all about family, and the twist at the end, which you need to buy it to see what's going on. But this is going to pick up, and you want to see an old man fight the mafia, this is the book to watch.
Old Man versus the Mafia.
Oh, it's great, man. Gran Nobody with what's his name, who played Better Call Saul, meets Gran Torino. That's the premise. Old man versus mafia. What's there not to like out of that statement?
Exactly. You want to see it. Go check it out. Go help him out. He's at 87. He only needs 13 more to get to 100. And 100 is a good place for your Kickstarter to start. It gives you a great place in the algorithm.
Yes.
You know what? I think I'm going to bring a couple of the Kickstarter people on so we can talk Kickstarter. I'm gonna hit them up.
That'd be great, because that way I can start to get some feedback in terms of what I need to do. So I really want the tabletop game to take off, which would be cool.
All right, folks, help Paul out. Get him a team. He needs a team. Help Ray out. Get him some more followers, but let him get to 150.
Yeah, that's the goal. If I can get 150, that's an all-time record for me. So super encouraging, doing very well. Looking forward to getting this going, man.
And remember, folks, follow is free. To follow the project is free. It's an easy way to help somebody. And of course, on this show, when it ends, folks, I just press the button, and where it stops,